One of the most common type of auto accidents we see is a rear-end collision. Generally speaking, those are almost always the fault of the defendant. Even so, insurance companies can dicker over the injuries sustained in those accidents. They try to raise pre-existing conditions and claim that the person's injuries were not as a result of the accident. There's also intersectional accidents where there's a debate as to who has the green light, who has the red light, the right of way. There are also vehicles entering the highway that may cause an accident, or changing lanes which may cause an accident. And those are governed primarily by the witness and party testimony. So it's interesting, every case is different, and we fight for our clients when they're clearly injured to get them the value they deserve. A lot of the injuries we see in automobile accidents involve the neck or the back. A lot of them are soft tissue injuries, which do not involve herniated discs or the spine and nerve system. They can involve very painful conditions for our clients that there's not always a lot of medical support for. So you have to make the arguments as to the prior condition of the client, how they were before, and how this has changed their life. Things they may have done in the past are unable to do at this point, what treatment they need, physical therapy. They often require injections to the spine, the neck, or the back. And those clearly, to me, indicate a new injury from the automobile accident. I've handled truck accidents in Pennsylvania, both as a plaintiff and a defendant. Trucks, due to their size and the power with which they travel, can cause catastrophic injuries to people in passenger vehicles. Often the drivers have driven longer than they were permitted to under the regulations. They get tired, they're non-attentive, and sometimes they're unable to stop then prior to striking other vehicles. The trucking industry, they defend their drivers in a very intense way, but that still doesn't change the underlying facts. In the trucking industry, it's fairly heavily regulated. There are logs that each driver has to do, often on a computer, for the mileage and time they drive, and there are strict limits as to that. There's also issue with maintenance of vehicles, regular maintenance done. Any complaints of brake failure or insufficiency can be issues in a trucking case. Whether the driver has inspected their vehicle prior to leaving on the trip. So their shortcuts sometimes can be catastrophic for people sharing the highway. If you've suffered an injury at your workplace, in an automobile accident, or on the premises of another, you may be entitled to recover benefits or financial compensation as a result of your injuries.